I'm gonna do the question in English. I would like to know, how are you seeing the Occupy Wall Street movement?
I'll answer this one first, even though Peter lives much closer to where it originated. I think it's great. When I first saw this movement begin, it made me feel back in the day of the protest from the late 60s and early 70s. Obviously, cultures react in different ways to crises. In this case, we had in America a rather right-wing movement called the Tea Party, and the left wing in America was very quiet, and finally it's coming to life. And it was great to see it spread quickly to other countries and other cities within America. I think it's very healthy. The danger, of course, always is you have, as happened in Italy, where there was violence and sometimes there are agent provocateurs, and you can't control these things. But emotionally, it's wonderful. Whether something can come of it, substance remains to be seen.
I agree. It's one of the most exciting things I've seen in recent times. I went down there a few weeks ago, and one of the things that I was struck by is how much humor was displayed. They're playing music, but some of these signs that they're holding are truly funny. There was a very angry man holding a cardboard sign, and it said, "I hate cardboard signs." And I thought, this is what this is exactly right. And there's a lot of talk about how the movement doesn't have a message, and it's too many different ideas, and it's too vague. But actually, they're in the process of bringing people to them. And what they've built is a very big tent so that more people can come to it and not feel like it's an isolated movement. The greatest threat from political movements is that people feel outside of politics. They feel like they're not part of something, and then they don't feel radical enough, so they don't want to join in. This movement has been built by demonstrating that it's open to even things that are very light and funny. And then at the same time, next to the person holding that sign was a soldier in full, wearing his uniform, holding a sign that said, "I fought for my country twice. This is the first time I've known my enemy." And I thought, that's the balance of it, which is that's some really strong truth, and at the same time, there's this, have a piece of candy. And that's how a movement like that can roll. As far as involvement, I've been sending images through the web, but also with World War III, the magazine I work on, is we're rushing together a meaning issue so that we can just give it out for free, as much as anything, to the people down at the protest, so they have something to read while they're sitting around. Because a lot of the time is spent just occupying. And so we're trying to do that, and it's definitely a movement that needs more graphics. And again, I see this is what we can do as artists. We can bring images to something like this. So it's in the process of happening.